Welcome back to the lessons with Photoshop Elements 13. This lesson will go over animating pictures. We will be using the photo editor. And during this lesson, you're going to learn how to animate pictures in two different ways. The first way, we're going to animate pictures using actual existing pictures. So let's go ahead and open up two pictures. One is our background that I'm going to use, and it's the sky. And the next picture will be an airplane. Okay, so first of all, our sky. Now, the animation itself should be a bit small, so let's check on the size of this sky. And we just go to Image, Resize, and Image Size. And the actual size of this picture is 20 by 13 inches. So we're going to make that considerably smaller. And notice that when I do change the width down to 3 inches, that we have constrained proportions on, so we went ahead and changed the height also, so it's almost 2 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And I'm going to zoom in on that. There we go. And now I am going to duplicate our background. When we're making an animation, one thing about the background is that you want it to remain constant. So we're going to make 5 layers of the sky. And now we're going to bring in our picture, our actual airplane. The airplane itself, if you notice, it has a checkerboard background. That indicates that it is has a transparent background. And I'm going to use my marquee, my rectangular marquee tool. Change it over to my move tool. And again, open up my photo bin so that I can bring down the picture of the airplane. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move that layer above the original background layer and turn everything else off. Okay, so if you notice, I turn the visibility, that's the eyeball, all the other layers off so that I can see where I'm placing my picture of my airplane. So there it is, and I'm going to duplicate this layer, and I'm going to move that one up. So now that one, notice that it is highlighted. I can either move it with my mouse, or I can move it with my arrow key. And notice it just moves on over to show that I have 2 airplanes visible. I'll make it just a teensy bit bigger. And now I'm going to go ahead and duplicate that layer and move that one up. And again, I'm going to duplicate this layer. Notice that I'm duplicating it so enough times so that each one of them has a background. All right, so let's try to even these out a little bit. Close enough. Actually, I'll move this one over a little bit. Okay, so here we go. Now the next step I'm going to do is I'm going to do what's called merging these layers. So I'm going to highlight and click on the top layer, hold down my shift key, and click on its background. I'm going to go to Layer, Merge Layers. So I'm going to click on my next one, click on its background. Actually, I'm going to do Edit Undo on that one. I'm going to turn on all of my backgrounds. Here we go, Layer, Merge Layer. There we go, that's what I wanted it to appear like. And hold down my shift key again, Layer, Merge Layer. Again, hold down my shift key to highlight them both, layer, merge layer, and do the same process for the last two groups. Layer, merge layer, and again for this one, shift, layer, merge layer, and that one. So now what I want to do is I'm going to highlight. Now, if you notice, if you can see, the little airplane is just sticking out and it progressively moves along the screen. Whatever is the bottom layer is the animation that appears first. So now I'm going to go and I'm going to save my new animation that I've created. And to save that, we do not save as we do with typical pictures. We actually are creating this for the web. So here we go. We have our original sky turning into a .gif. We're going to create the animation. Okay. And we can change the options down here. We can loop it forever. And if I hit play, there we go. Okay. If we wanted to stop it, and let's say that's currently on 0.2. We want to make it really fast, or really slow, that is. I'm sorry. The higher the number, the slower the animation. Or if we wanted to put it down on 0.1. There we go. It makes it faster. I like the 0.2. Okay, so we're basically done. We're not going to change any of the other options. And I'm going to click Save. And I'm going to name this Airplane. And I'm going to click Save. I'm hoping I can put that in the right spot. See if I have this down here. And I do. Here we go. So I'm just going to double click to open it. And it's going to go into the browser. And here we go. There's our new animation. Okay, so that's our first one. Our second one that we're going to create, I'll close these both out without saving because it's already saved, is I'm going to create a brand new one from scratch. So I'm going to go to File, New, Blank File. And I'm just going to name this Countdown. Okay, I'm going to make this 3 inches by 3 inches. I'm going to make it a little bit small. And RGB color and transparent. Click OK. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on my text tool. And I'm going to keep this blue with Gill Sand Ultra Bold Regular. It's at 72, but I'll probably change it. I'm going to put the first number in, the number 5. Click to check it. I'm going to make it a little bit larger. There we go. And I am going to now duplicate this layer. And actually, I'm going to duplicate it 5 times. So we can go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I am going to turn these off. And actually, I'm going to turn this one off. And I'm going to change this to be the number 4. I'm going to check to set it. And I turn on this one. This looks like a blue blob. I'm going to turn this off. And again, go back to my text tool. And click the number 3 to change. Again, noticing that once I set it, it changes number 3 here. So here we go again. Same process. Changes to number 2. Click to set it. And last but not least, number 1. There we go. Okay, now the next step I'm going to do is I am going to create a new layer. And we haven't used these options up here, so I'm going to go ahead and create a new layer right here. And I'm going to turn off my number 1 so that I can just see the blank option or picture. So I'm going to go ahead and find myself a custom shape tool. And this is our default. So I'm going to go to all element shape, find something that might be interesting. Here we go. Let me use this one. Okay, I'm going to keep it red. I'm just going to draw a big starburst. I'm going to click this edit. And now I'm going to change the effects on this one. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Wild Plastic, make it red, and then I'm going to go to the outer glows and put into the effect on. So I have my effect, and I have all of my layers back showing. But I've got to change the visibility on. And here we go. So again, when you run an animation, the bottom layer appears first. So we have countdown 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to go ahead and highlight all of my layers. And I'm going to save for the file. Save for web. There we go. I'm going to animate it. I'm going to have it forever. And let's run it, see what it looks like. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I'm going to actually go slow this one down a little bit. And I like that speed. Okay, so I'm going to save. And I'm going to save it on my desktop. So this is going to be called Countdown. I'm going to save. Okay, now I have my desktop preset to open up GIFs in a browser. And that is why I can just go ahead and double click on the countdown. And it opens up in one of my browsers. And there we go, our second animation. Thank you for watching.